Okay, ladies and gentlefolk, I'm going to take you through another of these playthroughs. Now, I say another, but this is probably going to be the first one that goes up. The other ones may see the light of day, they may not. As invariably happens with Dota, things happen. People drop out, etc. A game the other day that I recorded that was going all away, alright, and then people started dropping out. And we finished the game and whatnot, but I don't know if it's worth putting up as the first video in this series, so I'm going to try again. And the idea is I'm going to play the mode single draft, and single draft gives you a choice of 3 heroes to pick from. I will try my best to tell you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and my aims, what items I'm picking, and why I'm picking them, for instance. But it mightn't be totally possible because playing and commentating Dota is, as I've found over the past couple of videos, is really, really hard to do. Really hard. And especially when you're not very good, like I am. Hence my win-loss ratio. See, it says level 31, but that doesn't mean, that just means you play it a lot. 86 wins, 120 losses. I'm blaming all the guys I've played with in those 120 losses. I have been awesome in every single one of them. Yep, so while I'm waiting for the bits and bobs to load, I thought I would basically start off by saying the basic way you should start. If you want to start playing a hero, you find a video of somebody you like. Maybe if you're watching, other Dota 2 playthroughs, find a hero that you like. I liked this guy, and I've highlighted him here because he has an ability which makes him invisible, and he can get away quickly. So Weaver has one of his normal abilities is that he can get away quickly, and for me as a starting player, it meant that I wasn't dying. And like I said in the first video, not dying is just pretty much, or not getting killed probably is a better way to put it, by the enemy team is the best advice I can give anybody starting off the game. You might be great at the mechanics of the character, you might be great at what abilities he has, what items to buy, etc, etc, but if you're not dying, you're not really doing your team any harm, and that's better than not doing any, or than doing harm and doing no good. That's a double-edged sword. You don't want to get into that one. So that would be my advice, and that's why I started playing Weaver. And once I started playing Weaver and you start playing with other characters, you start to see what those characters are able to do and what their abilities are and what their strengths are just from playing in the same team as them, which can be really, really good as you build up your experience. But do start off with characters that you feel comfortable with, because you can explore the game within the safe confines of that one character you know very well. And after a while, a good lot of hours, you might feel, this is getting a bit staid and boring, because there are lots and lots of characters in this game. There's them all there. And they keep on adding them, every now and again. Abaddon or Abaddon was the last one added. It's him there, he's a strength character. They'll keep on going, etc, etc. So, within the safe confines of a character, you can learn it, and then you can start to branch out and say, right, I'm going to do and play the mode that I play generally, which is to learn characters. And it gives you a choice of 3 characters, and I can decide, God, I've played him before, definitely don't want to go near him. I haven't played him before, but I've seen him do some interesting stuff in the game. I would like to have a play with him. Or the other guy is maybe somebody that I've played before and had some success with. So, yeah. You never know what you're going to get, but it does force you to make a decision as to what you're going to do on a game-by-game basis. So you're not always going in with the temptation to pick the same character game that you can play well and that you can look after. So, this is quite a long session to find a match with, but hopefully not too soon. And I'll just wait about, and I think I will just stay silent until we find a match. Except, here we go. See, I was teasing it. I was hoping something like that would happen. I'm willing to see it not have enough players to make ready. No, we've 10 out of 10. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a choice of 3 characters. I've only got about 40 seconds to talk about them when I get to pick them. So I will give a brief discussion about the characters. As I said before, in the top right there's some like shortcut badges where they call people carries and nukers and all that kind of stuff. That gives you an idea of what the type of character it is. We will see what comes up. I'm depending on time and if I pick quickly. Right. So Straight off the bat, I'm not going to play Naga Siren because I'm not very good at her. I could play Kunkka or I could play Witch Doctor. I'm actually going to play Kunkka because Kunkka is what they call a carry. And a carry is somebody that really takes over at the end game as long as they don't die and they can keep farming away. Right? He also has an ability which disables. He is good at starting team fights and he is quite tanky or durable. He has 4 abilities. And in the game, I'll actually jump in here. In the game, you get a point every level you go up from 1 to 25 to put in the ability. The last ability is called your ultimate or your ulti, and you can't start investing points in that until level 6, and it's usually quite overpowering. And a really heavy attack. This guy Kunkka is like as you can see, is a seafaring guy, and with a big sword. Now I've stuck his hat on him, and he's got a peg leg of cosmetic items as this game does. But what you'll do at the start of every game is hit this little book, and you get an option for loads of these guides, and these are guides that other people have put together, and they basically tell me what to put my points into. So it's saying at level 1, put that into Tidebringer. Basically what it does, it gives the sword an increased damage and cleaves a large area of effect in front of him for single strike, and this is his best ability, certainly in the early game. I definitely think so. It means people can't get too close to him. It also tells me what items to buy at the start. Now I'm going to go some of the way along that. I'm going to leave myself about 100 gold there. Yeah, and a space open. And I look, and I have an alchemist down there. 2 guys going mid, Scarlet Mage and Jakiro. Jakiro will be going top because he's a support character. Who do I want to lane with? We've got Skelly King and Kunkka. We're both very similar type of heroes. I'm going to lane with Alchemist. I want to shoot her. I kind of like Jakiro better, but yeah, I'll go top. Jakiro looks like he's going to be the better support. I'll go top with Jakiro because Jakiro's an easier hero to see what he's doing. Now, battle's going to begin. Our creeps spawn there, and I'm going to try my best. What you should do for a bit of entertainment at the start, you should try and block these creeps a little bit. And I misclicked, and I've lost them. Now, Jakiro's decided not to. But we've got Bounty Hunter up in the top lane. Bounty Hunter's a bit of a bitch, dude. And it's got, oh, what a terrible lane. I should have went bottom. We're up against that Weaver dude that I was talking about. Look sharp. And as you can see, what I set out to do there very quickly was... Your ship has sailed. So he goes invisible and he can go through us and cause us damage. Which is a real ball bag if you don't mind me saying. So what I'm going to have to do, and I'm glad I kept the space in my inventory for a slot, I'm going to buy things called sentry wards. And what sentry wards will allow me to do is get sight of him when he goes invisible. And Bounty Hunter as well, because I'm assuming he's up here at the top. You've seen the first ability there? Where as this thing counts down, I get the ability to swing my sword and hit 3 people like this. Now I'm not going to do it until Weaver comes back into view like this, and then I'll go swing, and he takes some damage because he's within earshot or within clip shot of that. I'm doing a decent job of last hitting here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick a sentry ward there so that if he goes invisible, we'll be able to see him, which is pretty good. Now, we have a character called Trent, or Nature's Prophet, sorry, and one of his abilities is he can sprout these little tree people. So he's here pinging people on the map. Our last hit. Oh, good. But we're doing a good job of pushing Weaver back. Now, the only thing is, at the start of the game, you might think that you want to be as close to their tower as possible. In actual fact, you kind of want to be the opposite. because your own tower gives you protection. You kind of want to be there, so I'm going to pull this back, and I'm going to put another point into that Tidebringer. And what it does is the cooldown for between those ability to hit that goes down. And I also have this ability called Torrent, and what Torrent does is I see he's getting quite low in health. So what Torrent does is it brings a big cloud of water out of the bottom. Skeleton King's shouting some. We're gonna pull back. They've fortified the structure, so it's a button that you can press. That there's a decent amount of cooldown, between 5 minutes between doing it, but you can get it so that your towers don't take any damage and your structures don't take any damage. So there's the torrent. Try to put it up. Jakiro's moving those out of the way. I'll tank this for a wee while, because one of the things about being a durable character is that I can stand there and just dish out some damage. And as you can see, the ability to just hit those guys, clean up the face, and just have the damage reverberate around to the other guys is quite powerful. I change tacks. But we're going to put it back because it's not really that safe to be here. I can't put another point into that. And we're just laying away. So we do happen to be pushing this a little bit, but only because I'm trying to get the last hit. Of course. There's the last hit there. No. A new course. I just missed him. So Jakiro has that ability which stuns people. Oh, Weaver. Oh, you get too far away. I change tacks. Oh, I'm gonna put another sentry ward there. And as you can see, my cooldown's 10 seconds on that ability. So we shall wait. Weaver's going down, but there really has only been one kill for their team at the moment. And Jakiro. So he can see that he's away, and so Weaver's getting a wee bit more. Getting a wee bit more cocky, should I say, so they're willing to push forward a little bit. And to be honest, I am gonna go back. Set my jib. This'll trim your sails. As you wish. Of course. I have quite a lot of money here, and I need to spend it. So I'm going to buy. I've got my boots, which make me go faster, which is kind of like a stock item, which you always need to start with. And I've also bought a thing called a magic stick. And a magic stick is something that I really couldn't get my head around for a long time. And basically what it does, it gives me emergency health and mana. Health being the yellow bar, blue being the mana bar, which is what you need to cast spells. And it's built up from charges, or what's known as charges. And what charges, or how you get charges, is every time you're standing in the vicinity and one of the enemy heroes casts a spell, you get a charge on your magic stick, and the more charges, the more health and mana that you get. So there's Weaver back. We're gonna have him very soon, hopefully, because he is another one of those heroes. It's a carry. He can get really powerful later on. He gets really quick, and that invisible thing gets really annoying.
I'll drag your bleeding head along.
We're gonna have this soon. Did we get him? We didn't. He managed to get through. So what we'll probably find is that
My sails.
oh, there's the
build.
boat. I've got my ability from the boat.
So you say. No room to swing a cat in this crowd.
Oh shit.
As you wish. Not enough mana.
Oh, Jakiro got away with one. Sorry, I couldn't speak there for a second. But he got away with one somewhat.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah. That's what they call a field gank.
Fair enough.
And I'm running a bit.
Attack! A new course.
So Jakiro's back, so we're kind of a bit safe
Of
again.
course. Booty. Set my jib. Out
Your
of
middle
mind.
tower is under attack.
Aye.
So you can see how hard he is to kill. Because he's got that escapability and
Full sail ahead.
Missing middle.
So you say.
so middle's missing again, which probably means
A
we
new
should back
course.
off. But it's been a kind of a funny game.
A rising tide. I go.
I'm gonna get the courier to come deliver the items to me.
By your
And-
compass.
Yeah. So a guy's going to get arcane boots, and arcane
As
boots
you wish.
give mana. So I don't want to be going too far here, because like I said before, if I don't stand close enough, I don't get
Blood in the
XP.
water. Fair enough.
So there's been a ward left there. We can see.
I change tacks. A new course.
We serve the
By your
same
compass.
purpose all.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Fair
So
enough.
we've killed those. I've tanked those a little bit. I can.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Of course.
Your middle tower is under attack.
As you
Let's
wish.
go and have this. I used my ability for the boat, and
Full sail
it
ahead.
just didn't work. So it didn't matter. We got the kill anyway. But yeah, that's what they call a fail boat. It used to be called a sailboat, but now it's a fail boat.
Set my jib.
Regeneration.
Right. And right, I'm gonna explain. So I got my magic stick. There was an ability used with us. One charge ain't
So
gonna
you
give me
say.
very much. So I'm gonna come in here and give Skyrath Mage a hand, and we're gonna try and take this tower in the middle. And that shall be our plan for the next.
I go.
I got a thing called the
Fair enough. Here's a yardarm for you. So you say.
Oh, what a great shot.
I'll take
Honorably done.
Skyrath Mage did a really nice job of that, I have to
As
say.
you wish.
We are gonna try and take this tower now. I don't think we'll be able to this time, but
Aye.
yeah, we'll just back off to make sure we don't get any tower
Dire's
damage.
structures
By
are
your
fortified.
And we're doing alright. So,
I go. Full set. I go on the ground.
damn it. Nah. So Ern gives me a chance to talk about this sort of thing about the Ern. So it gains charges every time an enemy hero dies within 1400 units of you. Only the closest Ern to the dying hero will gain a charge if there's more than one Ern there. And what it does, it heals HP over time for friendly units, but deals damage over time for enemy units. So I can cast it on myself, or on one of my team, or on
A new course.
or on an enemy. So it will heal 400 or damage for 150 each time.
Your
Its
top
healing effect
tower
is
is under
lost
attack.
if. Yeah, hang on. So the healing effect's lost if the effective unit takes damage from an enemy hero or tower.
Set my jib.
I'm gonna stay here and see if I can't counteract Weaver, except I have a lot of money here. I need to do something about it. What should be my next thing? I'm gonna go for a Shadow Blade. And a Shadow Blade gives me an item to escape by. So not that situation where I died. I could have got away if I had a Shadow Blade. And it basically gives me the ability that
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Aye.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Full sail ahead. Your ship has sailed. Of course. I go. As you wish. By your compass. Hand it over. Fair
say
enough.
that was really nicely done. I wish I had my track back ability.
A new
So my
ball.
last ability. So I got them.
changed, furled your sails for good.
So I'm gonna hit myself with
Full
that.
sail ahead. I go. Hook shot. I change tacks. Fair enough.
Into dead.
I grow stronger. A new course.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Set my jib. By your compass.
So he got away.
As you
Sorry,
wish.
guys.
So you say.
I'm coming back.
So
Of course. I. A new course. Attack!
Haste.
Collision course! Now that was a failed foe. I. Fair enough. I changed tactics. By your compass.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
The horse.
oh, I was died. Oh, that wasn't so good. Probably stuck around there a bit long. So you can see what was happening there. I was trying to use the last of my abilities that I've got there, which is X marks the spot, and it takes a friendly or enemy hero, marks the position of the X, and returns them to it after several seconds. So it gives us a chance to
Your
cap
top
copy
tower
up.
is under attack.
So it's that's quite cool. This top tower is in trouble. Bounty Hunter's gonna have it.
Your top tower is under attack.
No, he's not. He's barely gonna keep himself alive.
Your top tower
I'm gonna
is
go up
under
there.
Of
attack.
course.
Our courier's dead and killed, which is just wonderful. Skelly King's a really
Your top
formidable
tower
hero
is
if we
under
can get
attack.
him
So you
going.
say.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So I'm just done.
Wait up. The devil may. As you wish.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has been denied.
Set my jib. Full sail ahead.
Oh, lucky! How did he get away?
Sleep until the threat is gone.
By your compass.
He's so lucky.
The enemy's bottom tower
So
has
you
been
say.
denied.
So I'm actually cooking along nicely. I'm level 11 here,
Fair
and
enough.
it's going alright. So I'm gonna push this lane
Dire's
back because it's
structures
causing us
are
a bit of
fortified.
problems. Plus, I need to get money,
I
and it's a
changed
common
tactics.
error to just keep on standing with your friends in a team fight and not getting any money because you need the money to buy items. And unless you have money to buy items, your character ain't gonna improve. You're just
He'll
going with
hold the lot of 'em.
you're just going to stagnate, and you're just relying on your levels, and you're not getting any XP, and you know you need to keep going. Now we're gonna have to back off this lane in a second, but because Nature's
new
Prophet's up here
course.
by himself.
As you wish.
Yeah, I'm getting armlet right now.
Set my jib.
So you're saying flats?
Full sail ahead. Of course. I'm under attack. I go. Let no horse latitude.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Ah, that didn't go so well. Now all I really meant to do was push the lane back and get some XP, and I knew I should have been out of there
Your bottom tower is under
earlier
attack.
than that, but oh well. Oh, they're gonna get him to the top. Excellent. And you say GJ. GJ's good job. Yeah, Kerr means just be careful, as you would expect.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Full sail ahead.
Ah, tower's gonna go down. There you go.
Your bottom tower has fallen.
I change
And we'll
tack.
go to mid. Ah, dear. So we're winning 17-10 at the moment. And I've got at least something into all my abilities. I've maxed out my torrent, which is the big wave that goes up in the air, which I've used kind of okay. I've got the one where he slides everything in front, or hits everything in front of him, and that's maxed out. I have one in the X marks the spot, and I have one in the ghost ship or the sailboat, which I have done absolutely nothing with. In fact, it's probably been some of the worst
I.
boats in history.
So you say.
So while they're all distracted up top, I'm gonna try and
Set my jib.
have this tower in the mid while they're all distracted, and I'm gonna get it. Besides, Skyroth
Enemy's
Mage
middle tower has fallen.
is doing great work there. We have Weaver there, and I'm gonna nullify Weaver in a minute, I think. And I'm getting good levels, which is great. As we
Of course.
So I'll pull this back up.
By
I've had a
your
wee nibble at
compass.
that tower, and I'm gonna pull myself back.
Fair enough.
Pull that back, and I'll go down bottom. As you can see, this lane's getting pushed in a little bit, and so I'm gonna push that back now. We've lost 2 towers, they've lost 3 towers, so we're a tower ahead, and we're also 8 kills ahead,
So
because
you
sometimes like, the score can be misleading. You could be even on kills, but
Of course.
you know, way behind if it comes to towers. So it's nearly worth sometimes giving up the life
Booty.
to get a tower. You know, 1 death is a bit of XP and a bit of money, but
Set
you've
my
less
jib.
to.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Fair enough.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Cast away.
Your middle tower
go.
has fallen.
A new course. As you wish.
So they're gonna try and have this tower.
A rising
Oh, it just missed.
I'll drag your bleeding head aloft.
So I'm way
Match
behind.
of the day.
Everything's going on. I could have been
Full
close.
sail ahead. I change tacks.
Right, I've got my Shadow Blade if I need it, and I'm going to get a thing called the Gem of True Sight.
By your company. Eat my wake. Of course.
Come back here.
So I'm going to get the gem, and the gem allows me to see heroes that go invisible at all times, which can be quite good. Oh, Ursa's down. Again, Ursa's died quite a lot. Let's see how the team's going. Scarab Mate's obviously leading us. Yukiro is just a lovely support hero. He's really powerful, especially when he gets to about level 10 or 11. He's a really nice ability to cast fire and ice and all that kind of stuff that deals damage over time, but he can do it from the back,
Your bottom tower
which is real nice. So I'm gonna go sort out this bottom tower and push it back, and then on another 40 gold
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I'll be able to yeah, go use my Shadow Blade because it helps me push back
Your bottom tower
or
is
run
under
quicker,
attack.
should I say? Sorry.
No room to swing a cat
We'll
in
do
this crowd.
this. So while they're distracted, I'm going to push this lane right the way back.
Booty. I change tacks.
And I've got a Gem of True Sight. By the time I get it, I'll be pushed that right
Fair
the way
enough.
back. And we will be in a great position, because when Weaver goes invisible, I'll be able to see him. Our whole team will be able to see him. And as you can see, my sword is getting incredibly powerful.
I.
Hopefully there's a rune here or something. Invisibility. Awesome.
Invisibility. Full sail ahead. Set my gin. I go. You don't have the sand. I change tack. Full sail ahead.
Skeleton King, as you can see, has his ability is
Set my gin.
to come back to life when he dies, which is pretty good.
This'll trim your sails. I.
We're gonna have this tower between myself and Skelly King. We're really kind of tough, kind of badass kind of dudes. I'm gonna just back off from this a little bit.
Batten the hatches.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
You don't have the sand. A rising tide.
No, I have now £2,000.
Of course. By your compass. As you wish. So you say. Run you through.
I need to buy something. What'll I buy? A Daedalus.
I go.
I'm gonna push.
Dire's structures are fortified.
force. Lower the boom.
Alpha Star.
Here's a yard arm for you. As you wish. Boom. Full sail ahead. So you say.
Understood.
Oh, yeah!
A new force. Aye. Look sharp. Ramming speed. Fair enough.
And that was a good boat. Yes, a good boat, alright.
I go.
Let's have this tower.
Splay your
The
blood
enemy's
across
top
the
tower
deck.
has
So
fallen.
that was good. So when the boat crashes, it deals maximum damage, but as long as it passes through people, it'll do a modicum of damage.
This'll
The
threaten
enemy's top tower has fallen.
I'll drag your bleeding head away.
Shuttling lower.
By your help. Set my jib. Full sail ahead.
Ah, I've died. I went back in to save Skelly King there, and no, didn't happen. Ah, I could have TP'd out of there. I forgot I had the TP scroll. I still haven't got boots either. Oh well. I've got a Crystallis. And Crystallis gives me 30%, plus 30 into my damage, a 20% critical chance. And when I do critical damage, I'll get 175% of it, so nearly double. I'm building towards, it's part of an item to make it deadless, which actually gives 81 damage with 25% chance and 240 percent critical damage when I do get that item, which is pretty cool. The item guide is the guys that where it says, congratulations, you have a 25% chance to win any team fight. So they're saying basically by yourself with this item you could win. Interesting on the map. I'm gonna possibly take this bottom tower. Maybe not yet. Jakiro, yeah, I really do like I say.
I'll avenge myself. Crystallis. Aye. By your compass. Of course. No room for doing a pass in this crowd. Back so soon? Fair enough. Keel haul.
Use my track back skill there again, and that was pretty good. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try and get this tower. In fact, we're gonna take the tower. I mean, you see the damage my sword's doing, even at level 17.
Set
The
my
Crystallis
jib.
with some heavy damage items, and yeah, this tower's not gonna stand long. I've got myself, I've got Skeleton King, and the tower's gone. And in fact, we're just gonna keep
bottom
going.
tower has fallen.
I go. I change tacks.
Dire's structures are fortified.
As you wish. By your compass.
Bounty's touching that
I. My sails fill. Full sail ahead.
That was quite funny. The guy uses the ability to put trees around people, just killed his own dude.
I change tacks.
Right, I'm actually going to go back here and I'm going to get, because I have to go to a thing called the secret shop. This item that I need to get, which is usually one of the more powerful things in the game, Doom's Edge, I can only get
The enemy's
from
bottom
the secret
tower
shop.
has fallen.
I can buy the recipe. I'm going to get delivered to me.
I go.
And I've got one of my end game items, the Daedalus, which does 81
The
plus
enemy's
81
bottom
damage.
barracks has fallen. The enemy's bottom barracks has fallen.
So you say.
And we're going to have mid. I'm doing crazy damage.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen. The enemy's middle barracks has fallen.
Collision course. A new course.
And I'm owning. Yay! To be fair, Skyrath may have just done most of the heavy lifting for this, which is
The
quite
enemy's
good.
top barracks has
Obviously.
fallen.
He'll hold the lot of them.
The enemy's middle barracks has... You now have mega cubes.
£3,000, what are $3,000, whatever you want to say. I'm gonna get.
Of
That'll
course.
hardly make a difference. This game's all over. And as you can see, so Kunkka can get really, really
The enemy's
good
middle
at the end of the
tower
game.
has fallen. The enemy's middle tower has
We're
fallen.
just gonna take this apart and then go down really quickly.
Fair enough.
Ah, my boat was on the way in. That's Kunkka, and it can be really good, especially as, like I said, the very, very start. I have to say, good game, well played to everybody. Great team in our case, especially if you can not get him killed early doors. We got caught in the gank earlier on. Everybody's getting portraits here. Banana Man! I'm not going to get anything, because nobody loves me. Maybe a treasure box. No.
Oh, something new has sprouted.
So what way to finish? I ended up second top. Skeleton King was top with 15 kills, 3 deaths, and 13 assists. I had 8 kills, 5 deaths, 9 assists, which isn't great. If you look, this is the bit that tells you who's the best player in the game. Between the gold and the XP per minute, you can kind of say I had the most last hits, which kind of isn't surprising given some of my abilities. 413 of the second top player. Pretty formidable duo, to be on a perfectly honest, Skeleton King and Kunkka, because they're both similar tanky characters. They would need decent ranged heroes to take them apart. They only really had Weaver. In this, if they had another decent, Phantom Assassin or something like that, they maybe could have done a bit more damage. But that was this game of Kunkka. I tried my best to explain what was going on as it was happening. At least we got a good game this time, even if it was a little one-sided. Because the beauty of Dota is the back and forward games, the swings and back and forward. You know, the panicking to get to that tower to save it, trying to outsmart your opponents to set up fights and things that are in your favour because they can't see. I'm trying to think, did I buy any items there towards the end that I didn't get explaining? I don't think so. I said about the gem and choose side gives me vision of invisible units at all times. The only problem about it was when I die, I lose it. It drops and the other team can pick it up, which is a bit disappointing. So while it's quite expensive at nearly 1,000 gold, that team had 2 invisible heroes, or 2 heroes that went invisible all the time in Bounty Hunter and in Weaver. So it was worth the money at that time because it really gives the sway over the momentum of the game. Even if we were ahead, it let us finish it that bit quicker. So I can say that was 4 stars. It was pretty good. I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to commend a couple of players. I have 6 commands remaining. I am going to say he was a pretty good leader doing mid, so I'm going to commend him. I thought Jakiro was great to lane with. So Servant, I'm going to commend you. I'm going to say great support character to lane with, even if he only laid down really 1 observer ward, and he did buy the courier and stuff, supposed to be fair, and he did a decent job of harassing and keeping Weaver off her back, which is ultimately, Weaver ended up as level 20, but he could have been much worse. He could carry the whole game, and we'll manage to keep him down long enough and keep him getting some decent farm to win the game. So that's it. Until next time, if you have any feedback, hit the site, same coin. You can comment. You can send me a Twitter message at The Altered Ego. That's THEALTERDEGO, which is, if you'd be paying attention, there's no second either. It was taken. Until next time, speak to you later. Bye.